He looked at me, he laughed, he goes, you know what? Billionaires like me, we execute. We worry about our decision later. We'll measure it later. Some of you are going to be like, wait, that's horrible advice. Listen to me. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your support. And as always, we're going to go into something very special today. The systems that I use to stay ahead of everyone. But before we get into that, I want you to do me a favor, subscribe, of course, share our content, comment. Listen, we're trying to do everything we can here to move the needle on YouTube because we're delivering very powerful videos your way a couple times, I think even 3 times a week now. And of course, we bring you shorts every single day. Do me a favor. If you love this content, let's rock and roll. Support us here. All right. 5 ways here that I stay ahead of everyone around me. Now, most people out there, they're busy. I get it. Now, few of them are strategic. That's why 90% of them, specifically professionals, are always reacting instead of predicting. Think about that. Listen, when I worked in the high stakes environment, such as Wall Street, success came down to one thing: your ability to think ahead of the market, think ahead of your team, and really start building your own habits from there. And here's a framework that I'm going to give you here. And still today, I use it. And I call it strategic looping. And it's simple because the reason I stay 5 steps ahead is because I am so dialed into what I do. Every Sunday, it's all about scanning the landscape. My business numbers, market trends, internal performance, no noise whatsoever. No emotion really, just data. That's how I clarify my mind. It's almost like I'm working through moving meditation. All right, step number 2, and I like to call it interpreting reality. Once you have the data, you really have the ability to acknowledge it and say, this is what's happening. Big time, right? I mean, even in our own business model, analytics and metrics are the most important thing that we have. We run millions of dollars in ads. And if we're not on top of the data, we lose sight of our customers. We lose sight of who we're trying to target. And I could even go into law enforcement, right? I mean, you have to, if as a narcotics agent, you do these buys from the same person multiple times. There are specific data points that you're covering, what time, how much, record the conversations. I mean, all these analytics come to fruition when you are writing a probable cause to arrest that person. And it's the same way for pretty much everything in life. If you can absorb, right, like this bunch of data and then take that data and interpret it into reality, into something that you can understand and that you can learn from, boy, all right, you've done a great job. And for me, it's been life-changing. This step number 2, I encourage you to live it and to breathe it. Step number 3, decide fast. Speed is leverage. Speed to market is king in our lifetime right now. Most leaders, they'll wait around all day to be perfectly clear about their decision. They just sit around and procrastinate. Sometimes it'll take weeks, maybe even months to make one decision. That's how you lose the fight. The game right now is about speed. It's about execution. And yes, you're going to tell me, well, if I move too fast, I may not be doing it as good. Get better at doing it faster. That's the name of the game. So start with your decisions, start being quick with those, and you're going to start seeing that you're getting monkeys off your back and you're going to be able to navigate in life so much smoother. Step number 4, execute and review. And it's very simple. I do the thing that needs to be done. Then later, I measure it. I measure the impact and I look to see where it has moved the needle, if it has. usually about maybe once a week, every 7 days or so. But listen, I sat across literally breaking bread with a billionaire. And I remember he's one of my mentors, and I remember his face, and he's like, why is it that most people are so indecisive? And I looked at him and I said, well, I believe that it's because they feel they need to have 100% clear indications that that is the right move. He looked at me, he laughed, he goes, you know what? Billionaires like me, we execute. We worry about our decision later. We'll measure it later. And that hit me right there. Just do the work, execute now, worry about what you did later. Some of you are going to be like, wait, that's horrible advice. Listen to me. Doing things now, executing on those particular things, not procrastinating and waiting days and days and days to then say, well, maybe I'll do it next week. Maybe I'll take the step tomorrow. We all know that that's never going to happen. Instead, execute in the now and measure your success in weekly increments. If it's not working, then you stop it. If you did this 5 times and 3 of them were successful and 2 of them were not, you're still ahead of the game, and you're probably moving forward and progressing a lot faster than if you're sitting on 5 things that you can't measure because you lacked execution. Let's start rewiring your mind a little bit. And in the end, what worked gets repeated, and what didn't gets removed. That's the function here. That's how elite companies and high-performing men compound results. They move through strategic loops faster than everyone else. That's how they win at the game. Staying ahead, as you know, isn't about luck or talent. It's about consistency. There goes that evil word, consistency of your decision loops. The faster and cleaner you loop, the farther ahead you're gonna get. Trust me on that one, my friends.
Listen, guys, if you're enjoying this channel, I'm gonna ask you to do me a big favor. Smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, drop some comments here. Let's get some engagement. For us, it has been very difficult over the last year or so. Why? Because we're kind of shadow banned. YouTube and some of these social media companies don't really give us an opportunity to spread our message. But if you start engaging and moving the needle, the algorithms will pick up, and I would really appreciate that, because we take a lot of time and pride bringing you some great content. With that said, may God bless you. Talk to you guys soon.